Assalamualaikum. Good morning, my dear students. How are you? I hope all of you fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I'm also good. I'm Sharia Tasnim Billah, Assistant Teacher of English, St. Xavier's High School, Khulna. And today I'm going to take online class on behalf of St. Xavier's High School, Khulna. I'm going to take online class of class 5. Okay? My dear students, welcome to my online class. And let's start with our class. Previous class, you have learned some rules of WH question. And now, today, we are going to finish the rest of the rules of WH questions. Okay, my dear students, first give the title. WH question. WH question. Today's first rule, why? Today I'm gonna start with why. Give the title why. What does it mean? Why? Why means কেন. Why মানেটা কি কেন? Okay? When will you use why? কখন তোমরা whyটা ব্যবহার করবে? When you want to know the reason of the word, reason of anything. In this situation, you use why. That means in Bengali we can say কোনো কাজ সংগঠিত হওয়ার কারণ জানতে why ব্যবহার করা হয়। why ব্যবহার করা হয়। Okay, my dear students, let's take an example. Example, we eat food. We eat food to get energy. To get energy. Here we have to underline due to energy. Due to energy. Okay. Now I'll write down the rule first. Then you will get the answer easily. How to do WH question. Okay, look at this. Look at this sentence. We eat food. আমরা খাবার খাই. If we ask question with why, আমরা খাবার খাই কেন? বাংলা একটু চিন্তা করো, আমরা খাবার খাই কেন? যদি কেনটা বলি আনসার কিন্তু আসছে কেন? শক্তি পাওয়ার জন্য, টু গেট এনার্জি। সো যদি বলি কি, তাহলে কি কোনো আনসার আসছে হট দিয়ে? We eat food. What? No answer. So here we have to use why. First, I'll write down the rule for you. Write down with me. Why plus auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb plus subject. I'll write down the short form of subject. Okay? Why auxiliary verb subject? Main verb plus extension. And at last you have to give question mark. At last you have to give question mark. So I think you can do it now according to the rule. At first we have to use why. Why? Next, auxiliary verb. Did you get any auxiliary verb here? My dear students, did you get? I know you can't find any auxiliary verb. So what you have to do? It's a main verb, right? It's a main verb. So you have to do it according to the tense. Tense অনুসারে এখানে আমরা auxiliary verbটা ব্যবহার করব. Which tense is it? এটা কোন tense? এটা হচ্ছে present tense. So এখানে আমরা কি ব্যবহার করব? Do. Why do? Present tense এর ক্ষেত্রে আমরা do or does use করি. Here we have to use do. Why do? Next, subject. That means we. Why do we? Next, why do we eat? Main verb. Next, extension. Next, food. And at last you have to give question mark here. Okay, my dear students, that's all about why. So practice it properly at home and we will go for next rule. Next rule, that means which. Which, what does it mean which? Give the title with me. Which. Which means কোনটি. কোনটি. কোনটি কোন বস্তু, anything or children. If you want to ask about them, then you have to use which. So write down with me in Bengali. কোন বস্তু ইতর প্রাণী ও শিশু সম্পর্কে জানতে which ব্যবহার করা হয়. which ব্যবহার করা হয়. Okay, dear students, let's take an example. Example, I need that pen. I need, আমার প্রয়োজন. That pen. That pen. You have to make WS question by that. Okay? So, I need, আমার প্রয়োজন কোনটি. কোনটি দিয়ে জিজ্ঞাসা করলে আমাদের which দিয়ে জিজ্ঞাসা করলে আমাদের কিন্তু আনসারটা আসছে that pen. So, you have to make question with which. First, write down the rule with me. Which plus noun plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus extension and at last you have to give question mark here. So according to the rule, I think you can do it. At first you have to use which. Okay, give it with me. Which. Next, noun. Noun টা তোমরা সকলেই জানো. You all about know. you all know about noun. So which pen is noun. So which pen. Next, auxiliary verb. According to the sentence, it's a present tense. So you have to use do. Which pen? Do. Next, subject. The subject is I. If the subject is I, you have to use you. যদি subject I থাকে তোমাদেরকে এখানে you ব্যবহার করতে হবে. So you. Next, main verb. Main verb need. Need. And at last, extension question mark. I will give question mark here. I think you can get the rule properly and practice it a lot at home. Now my dear students, I will clean it up and we will go for next rule. Next rule, how. How means কিভাবে বা কেমন. Okay, কিভাবে. কোনো কাজ কিভাবে সংগঠিত হচ্ছে. কোনো কাজ কেমন ভাবে সংগঠিত হচ্ছে সেই সম্পর্কে জানতে আমরা হাউ দিয়ে কোশ্চেন করব. সেই সম্পর্কে জানতে হাউ ব্যবহার করা হয়. That means which way or how a work will happen. In this situation, you have to use how. Next, let's take an example. I go to school by bus. The underline is here, by bus. Okay. Now I go to school. বাংলা একটু চিন্তা করো. I go to school. আমি স্কুলে যাই. If we use what? Did you get any answer? Why or what? No. There is no answer. But if you use how, আমি স্কুলে যাই কিভাবে? কিভাবে? By bus. বাসে করে. You can get the answer by how. So you can understand easily. In this situation, you have to use how. So the rule is how plus auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. I'll write down the short form of auxiliary verb. I think you can get it. Plus subject plus main verb plus extension. Extension. So according to the rule, we have to use how. How. Next, auxiliary verb, and it will be used according to the tense of this sentence. How? Do, because it's a present tense, present indefinite tense. How do? Next, subject. The subject is I, so you have to use here you. How do you main verb here go. How do you go? Next extension, go to school. And at last you have to give question mark here. Okay, that's all about how. And we'll go for next rule. There are some other rules of how, and now you will learn it. How, the next rule with how. How many? Did you hear about that? How many? How many? It indicates number. এটা দিয়ে কি বোঝায়? সংখ্যা বোঝায়। Number or সংখ্যা। সংখ্যা সম্পর্কে জানতে how many ব্যবহার করা হয়। How many ব্যবহার করা হয়। Okay, let's take an example. Example. I will invite 150 students I will invite 150 students. Okay, and the here underlying is 150 students. I'll invite 150 students. Now the rule is, look at the students, look at the board, my dear students. 150, it's a number. এটা কি? একটা সংখ্যা। 150 ছাত্রছাত্রীরা। তাহলে কি 150 ছাত্রছাত্রী বোঝাচ্ছে এটা একটা নাম্বার, সংখ্যা। এই জন্য আমরা এখানে কি ব্যবহার করব? হাউ মেনি। ওকে, হাউ মেনি। How many plus plural number. Plural number plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus extension. Okay, now how many? According to the rule, you have to use how many. Next, plural number, that means students. How many students? Auxiliary verb will. Next, subject. Here subject is I, so you have to use your you. How many students will you? Next, main verb. Here main verb is invite, so you have to use here invite. It's a main verb. How many students will you invite? And at last you have to give here question mark. Okay, now my dear students, we will go for next rule. That means how much. How many fish? And পরিমাণ বোঝাতে আমরা হাউ মাচ ব্যবহার করি। পরিমাণ, দ্যাট মিন্স কোয়ান্টিটি। পরিমাণ। Let's take an example. I need 2 kilo rice. I need 2 kilo rice. It's a quantity, পরিমাণ বোঝাচ্ছে। আমার প্রয়োজন, কতটুকু প্রয়োজন? 2 কেজি। And of course it is uncountable noun. Here the rule is how much plus uncountable noun. Uncountable noun plus auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb plus how much uncountable noun plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus extension. So, according to the rule, you have to use how much here. How much? How much? Next, uncountable noun. Here, uncountable noun is rice. How much rice? Next, auxiliary verb. And you have to use auxiliary verb according to the tense of this sentence. That means you have to use here do, because it's the present infinite tense. How much rice? Do. Next, subject. Here subject is I. Same way we have to use you. How much rice do you? Next, verb need. How much rice do you need? Okay, finish. And we'll go for next rule. I'll clean the board. We'll go for next rule. The next rule is about how long. How long? How long? What does it mean? How long? How long? That means কতক্ষণ ধরে। কতক্ষণ ধরে। That means how long a work will happening. That is called, that you have to use how long. কতক্ষণ ধরে কোনো কাজ হচ্ছে সেটা বোঝাতে how long ব্যবহার করা হয়। Now my dear friends, let's take an example. I have been living here for 15 years. The rule is, কতক্ষণ ধরে, কতদিন ধরে আমরা বসবাস করছি? 15 বছর ধরে। 15 বছর বছর ধরে আমি বসবাস করছি, এখানে কি তাহলে কতক্ষণ ধরে কাজটা হচ্ছে বোঝাচ্ছে। সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু ইউজ হিয়ার হাউ লং। হাউ লং, রুল, হাউ লং, প্লাস auxiliary verb, auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus extension. And at last you have to give question mark here. So how long, it starts with how long. And next auxiliary verb have. How long have. Next subject. Here subject is I, so you have to use your you. How long have you. Next verb, that means been. How long have you been. Next extension, living here. Extension is living here. Living here. And at last you have to give question mark here. My dear students, that's all about WS question that you need to know in for your exam. So my dear students, no more today and goodbye.